something I like to preach is that the best way to shut down someone's punches is with a tight switch kick. Their arm's going to get hit or their liver's going to get hit. And if you're getting back and forth on the head and the body, your gas tank will go out, and the shots start adding up.
Yeah, I'm really actually impressed with Anunson's gas tank because she's been throwing a lot of volume. She's been hitting and missing, and she's not slowing down.
Well, Wendy does a great job of when she misses, it's a tight reset. She's getting better head movement. And now Amy, like I said, she is still marching in. She needs to get her into that cage and pressure in. She needs to try and keep Wendy on that cage right there. She definitely can't be reaching for those low kicks. Great check. Ooh, Wendy didn't like that check.
You don't really want to get into a...
Oh, big hook up tight.
What Wendy doesn't want to do is get a kicking battle because Amy Perduto is a much
Man,
superior
these
kicker.
right hands are something else from Wendy.
Yeah, they're lazy.
Great head movement. And that, like I said, the big thing about this, ooh, the elbow is right there from Amy.
Yeah, that was a big introduction there.
And great knees from Wendy. This clinch fight is, like I said, it'll be, even though it's MMA versus Muay Thai, it's going to be way tighter than we would think.
I'm really impressed with Amy Perduto in the clinch. She's actually handling this girl when she needs to in the clinch, which is saving her.
Well, I'll say, like, gets a good shot at the end. Amy is clinching up well. Now, the knees back and forth are getting even. Amy has to look for those elbows to try and get ahead. But right now, I'll say it's 2-0 for Wendy.
I think it's a closer fight than that. I honestly do. I think that last round
I know,
was
like, the
pretty
low
damn
kicks
close.
are landing, but just for me, it's like, I know the low kicks are landing. However, it's just that that time that the punches can beat the kick fight, because you see Amy is backing up from the exchanges, but Wendy's not backing up from the kicks. Points are points, but damage is damage in this fighting game.
Yes, it is. And it really is one of those things where it's like you'll have a lot of judges that don't really see the true value of a leg kick.
Right,
right. That happens a lot.
However, one low kick doesn't beat 5 clean punches. Does that make sense?
No,
like,
no, 100%.
Yeah.
I agree
Wait,
with
there's
you.
my slogan again. Wow. But
and if you're watching at home, you can play the Trevor Hayes drinking game by taking a shot every time Trevor says, "Does that make sense?" Amy
good luck getting up for church tomorrow.
And Wendy and Knudsen.
This is a very close fight, but I'm really impressed at how Wendy, her boxing to me is kind of dictating this fight.
Yeah.
Amy's staying tight, but shots landing are shots landing.
She's honestly putting on a great showing considering the differential of
and it's
of
also
time.
we also have to show that Wendy has landed a lot of body kicks.
Yeah.
Don't forget, she's probably landed more kicks than Amy.
Ooh,
great exchanges from Amy. This is that great pressure. This is that hard thing that Amy is now really pouring that pressure on in the third round. And Wendy is just firing down that middle. She can't dive in there anymore. Great read from Amy. And now Amy is really turning it on. Inside elbow attempts again. Big knee. And now we see that Wendy's on a bit of a different base. This third round is turning out into a bit of a different fight.
Amy's doing everything she needs to do right now, in my opinion. Really great adjustments from the Jeff Green corner.
Yeah, huge adjustments. Great start to the third round. And this is that big thing of having 12 fights and doing just striking. You'll see MMA fighters can sometimes punch themselves out going that third round.
Every single time Amy takes a step back, I keep seeing Jeff do the come on with his fingers. So he's telling her, like, forward.
Yeah, and now we've got Wendy taking some of this control back. But then Amy is marching right back down. Wendy's having a hard time keeping up in this third. Great pressure from Amy. Well, Amy's really taken over in this third.
With the volume Wendy was putting out the first 2 rounds, I thought it would be a matter of time before that and the leg kicks started to affect the gas tank. Amy's head movement is great now too. She's not.
She's moving a lot more offline. That last shot landed heavy.
That was a big shot.
That last shot, as soon as he called for the head, like those shots landed just in a row on that chin. It changed the course a little bit.
That's the commentator's curse. Not a lot of time left to work for these two young ladies in a super close fight.
Super close fight. The back and forth has been unreal. You boys got to pay attention because these women are just fighting like dogs tonight.
And you notice that they went no shin guards too.
Yeah, and if that's your big punches. And those bare shins really add up.
Both of these girls are really looking to put a statement on this round because
big finish to the end of the round. And they just beat the hell out of each other in the middle of the round. This room is on its feet.
That was a phenomenal fight between two very, very phenomenal women.
Yeah. What a fight.
Man, I think it really comes down to how you see that second round. And I said it was close.
Yeah.
You think that?
So me personally, I kind of feel like Wendy controlled the fight for the first 2 rounds.
So what Amy did in the
second round. What Amy came out and did in the third round, if that's how she started, it would have been different. But like Wendy really started to lead the dance with that boxing in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
And, she kind of turned it into her fight. So, even though Amy landed the low kicks, don't forget, Wendy just landed a ton of liver kicks and head kicks.
What I saw in the second round that Amy did to kind of start steering the fight back in the right direction was she was walking Wendy onto her jab.
Yes.
And when the jab wasn't there, she was always throwing that leg kick.
Yes,
she was beginning to dissuade Wendy and forcing Wendy to come further inside. And then when the clinch game got introduced, she started sneaking in the elbow.
The elbows a little bit.
So, I mean, I think that's
I don't think there were enough elbows to really. So in the Eduardo fight, he landed a lot of elbows.
A lot. And
if that's how the judges are scoring tonight, then they probably didn't count any of those elbows she really threw.
We'll see.
The clinching was very brief. That was an amazing fight.
And
there's a lot of counting going on.
They're taking a lot of time with these scorecards. They're taking a lot of time with these scorecards.
And we can see Wendy's leg is showing the damage, but also Amy's body is showing where that switch kick went. Oh, wow. Man, Amy really poured it on in that last round.
Yes. I think she won the second round too.
Yeah, and I see it was the clinching the elbows on the inside that gave her the advantage.
Yeah. A great fight between 2 really great Muay Thai fighters.
Yeah. Well, an MMA fighter versus a Muay Thai fighter. And we can see that Kelly Nunson's kind of upset with the judging here. Look, here's the thing, man. From where I sat, I've judged a lot of fights. That's a really tough fight to call.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not a judge tonight, but that first round, Wendy kind of controlled the dance. Third round, Amy controlled the dance. Second round, it was a toss-up, and like you called it, the little bit of elbows and clinch. Earlier from what we saw, there's no way that Eduardo fight should have been a split decision.
I think the visible damage on the leg goes a long way too.
Yeah, but I was looking at the damage on Amy's body as well. It was just, but Wendy was limping, and that makes a bit of a difference.
I can tell you right now that the other judge that saw it for Amy is sitting right there in that corner where Wendy was going to sit down,
that does
and
make
her
sense,
leg was right in her face, And you see that kind of damage, and you're like, wow, she must have kicked her pretty hard, I guess.
Yeah.
Even if you've never been kicked before.
That was an insane fight.
Insane.
And that's one of those things of as someone that's judged fights, that's a hard fight to judge, man. That's tough. And I'm not in judge mode, I'm in fight fan mode.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
We always are. If you follow this fight game in the Carolinas, you may very well be familiar with a young man named Kevin Wynn.
Oh, big hometown cheer for this man.
He is the brother of Devin Wynn, this Black Label team.
The Fighting Wynn brothers. He looks extra crispy in his return back to competition. His head coach, Malique Freeman, in his corner.
That's Kevin Nguyen. We last saw him on Conflict 49 looking amazing. He defeated Jay Ponder in just under a round.
And now he's facing Alex Eliam with the 4-3 record from UFC Jim Grenville. If you're familiar with coaching in the Southeast, then Cody Freeland is someone to be privy of because he has a lot of international experience with fighters. Has taken several fighters to the UFC and all over the world.
Should be a step up in competition for Kevin Nguyen from his last fight. Taking on a proven opponent, a proven gym.
Yeah, one thing that you can expect from this fight is that it's going to be taking place everywhere.
Yeah, very well. I mean,
when you have two flyweights fighting with this much of a well-rounded background, this fight is going to be all over the place.
Right. Kevin Nguyen displayed a lot of good grappling in his last matchup. Alex Eliam, a little bit more experienced with 7 fights. He is 4-3.
Not mad about the Rihanna walkout either.
The conflict info is wrong, and I'm willing to bet almost $1,000 that Colonel Sanders is going to say the wrong info.